Welcome everybody to another episode of Conversation with OGs. I'm Meatball.
I'm Bart.
And I'm Dre.
Today we're going to be talking about, is a person's physical appearance important in a relationship? What you think, Barbara?
I think so. I think it plays a major part in a relationship. Don't nobody want to be walking around with no body with one tooth or your teeth missing, or you overweight, can barely breathe, and just it stops a lot of activities. It affects sex and just whatever a person enjoys. I think if it's not a health condition that's causing it and you could be in control of improving it, I think you should, because a lot of men cheat because of that. A lot of men leave women because of that, and a lot of women are very secure with how they look. And you got to think, if a man met you at 150 and then you at 230, he looking at you different because you performing different, because it affects you. And women don't want to believe that, but if you having sex at 230, that's a lot. You breathing, you tired, you ain't doing what you was doing at 150. You limiting yourself. So I think it plays a major part in it.
Who's 230, the man or the woman?
The woman.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if a man is 230 and solid, but if a man is over 230, it ain't much he can do either. You know what I'm saying? I think weight wise, especially for a woman, weight wise limits you to do a lot of things. For some women, I ain't gonna say all women, but for some women. But I still think too, the appearance of how much weight you gain, what you do. Say, like I said, if your teeth missing, you don't keep up your hair, your nails is chipped off. Some women just comfortable. Once they get you, they just feel like they comfortable and they don't have to do all that extra stuff to stay up because they feel like they got you.
Well, I agree. I agree with you somewhat. I mean, if you met a woman and she was 130 pounds and she shot up to 200 pounds, now she gonna be like, well, you can't be lifting my legs up like that. And if that's like how you like to be intimate and have sex with a woman, you gonna be like, listen, I'm not getting it. Now we just at the point we doing oochie coochie.
But they say that's happy weight though. That's what women use. That's happy weight.
I mean, it could be, but it affects, it could be whatever type of weight you want to say, but it affects you in many ways. That's just like me. I'm 52 years old. I've never been past a size 14 in my life. But when I got to 16s and 18s, that affected me strong, because that's a lot of weight that I didn't put on now to be jumping up 2 sizes than what my body is used to. So that's a lot of weight. And so now, since I had my surgery on my knee and stuff, I've been going back into the gym and stuff, and I had to go to therapy for 2 weeks. Y'all don't know how bad that damn 2 weeks killed my ass, because I hadn't been working out or nothing. So my body like, what is you doing? But now I've been going to the gym constantly, and so now I'm used to it, and I can feel the difference because that weight is coming off.
Is yours happy weight?
No, man, I'm a snack eater, and I eat late at night, and it's not even food. Man's is more like, I like potato chips and popcorn and stuff like that, and it's just eating late at night and going to sleep, just being lazy.
And you know what though, Barb? I'm thinking back when we was like younger, people just wasn't as big as they is now.
No,
I don't disagree. They was bigger back then.
No, man, because you gotta think, women, the girls in high school didn't even have no boobs. So you got to think it's the food. I think the food changed, and the food got, all this stuff in it to make people gain the weight that they are. So I think, people just have to be more conscious of what they putting in their mouth.
But you know what? We did grow up back in the days, like McDonald's and all that. That shit was like for birthdays or something.
Yeah, that was a treat. My mother cooked.
This shit nowadays, everybody eat fast food all day because people don't want to cook.
Right.
But that's all we ate was home cooked.
Yeah, my mother cooked. I never knew what no McDonald's. That was a treat to get some McDonald's or some Burger King. Matter of fact, I think I eat more fast food, or I've eaten more fast food since I got older than I ever ate when I was a kid. So that's a problem too, because I didn't grow up on fast food.
Yeah, I think females have gotten lazier. Because you know what? Women don't even cook no more. Like, you know what? Every time you meet a woman, the first thing come out of her mouth, when you take me out to eat. They don't say, you know what, once you come over and, I'm cooking and, we talk. It's always go out to eat. So I think these females is just programmed to be catered to. They don't even think about catering to a man. So you know what? If you always going out to eat, you spending a lot of money. That means you broke. You always out eating because you got 2-3 different men taking you out to eat. So you big as a house. And that means you lazy.
See, I don't even look at it as being lazy. I think it's a sense of entitlement. Because if you look at, like, if you go on social media, you got all these women with the expectations of what a man should be doing. A man should be catering. Then you got all of the women rappers promoting what a man gonna do. He gonna do this. He gonna spend his money, and I'm gonna save mine. So this all, if it's like a crew of them promoting to be catered to, don't do nothing for the man. It's not even being lazy. It's a sense of entitlement, and they want to be like the other rappers. They want to. Don't nobody want to be the oddball. Don't nobody want to sit here and say, well, he don't have to take me out. I'd rather be home cooking for him. They rather follow whatever, the trend. The trend is be catered to and don't do nothing for a man. You see what I'm
But
saying?
you got to think about going back to what we was talking about. A lot of women do these changing their bodies up for a man.
I agree.
And so my thing
No,
I think it's for
they not.
wait a minute,
for
let me
the man.
finish. Let me
They're doing it
finish.
for themselves.
It's for themselves.
No, not
To
all
attract
of
the
them.
man.
I'll say that then. They do it to attract a man, but not knowing that this is getting out of hand. These BBLs and all this plastic surgery is getting totally out of hand. You're taking away from what a man really sees. Now, when he see you, you got a lace front on, you got lashes on, you got nails on, you got all this stuff on. So this is what he sees. And it used to be at one point it was to enhance your beauty, but now y'all here looking like a clown.
They looking like a transformer.
Because these BBLs is looking terrible. I know some women, and I'm not knocking it. If you get them, if you're going to get them where they making you look natural. And get it where you doing for yourself. People get mommy makeovers. And sometimes girls get bad jobs. But you out here with your legs looking like pretzel sticks and your butt looking like an apple with 2 hips on the side. I mean, you just out here looking great. You wearing mink eyelashes. You can't see when you're driving. Your eyelashes is so big. You going in here with lace fronts on. So when you take all this stuff off, this guy is really seeing who you are. And he don't like you no way.
Like it.
He ain't
Well,
gonna
you think
like
about it, Barb. A lot of these women, they getting this work done on their body because they say this is what men like.
But this is what social media is promoting too, to make women think this is what men like.
See, men look at women as sexual tools because we are sexual creatures. So we look at a woman and we want to have sex with them. So now these women are getting this work done to their bodies just so they can be a sex tool.
So how turned on are you from a natural woman versus someone fake?
Like night and day. I prefer a natural woman any day. You know what? Because a natural booty jiggle different. A natural breast jiggle different. I like that. If a woman on top of me bouncing on me, I like to look at her breast and I want to see that jello motion.
So you telling me you could tell if you got a BBL and a regular?
Absolutely. Because the ass is tight. If she got work done on her booty, it's a tight ass. Mm-hmm. If she got work done on her breast, she got tight breasts. Mm-hmm. When you touch them, or if she doing jumping jacks, it's like book. It's no movement to it.
But so you saying even with the BBLs, the they call them breast augmentation and all that,
the breast implants.
You wouldn't have I know you're gonna be more attracted to a natural, but a BBL won't do nothing at all for you either.
Well, I look at it like a toy. I will play with a woman with a BBL.
Okay, see that's the point
I wouldn't prefer it.
Right.
If it's something I want a wife, absolutely not. I think most of the time, when women get that work done in their body, I question the purpose of them getting it done.
What they meant to.
Well, come on. If you telling me getting your breast done or your butt done or your legs done is going to make you better for who?
Would that stop you from marrying a woman? Would you marry a woman with a BBL?
Well,
sometimes you want.
It all depends on how much work she done. If she got like 20,
I don't care what type of work. When you feel it, it don't feel natural.
It's not natural. Well, you got to think though, bro. When you land up with a woman, you want her to be soft, and you want her.
So
to
you
be
saying
warm.
BBLs don't feel like that?
They don't feel soft.
Okay.
They feel like a water balloon. You know how a water balloon?
Well, I'm knowing that
a little bit more lumpier though.
Because I know that the behind is a muscle, so what they're doing is shooting fat into a muscle. So I know that could. But
sometimes that's for the.
And sometimes they put gels in.
They got different. Yeah, they got chemicals they put in there too. The
ones
you talking about the good. That's the best version.
When they put the fat in the muscle.
Feels natural.
Okay, because I know some girls say they get fat put into but you destroying the muscle because once you put that fat in there. But I know some girls say when they go to get lipo, they take the fat from their stomach and they inject it in their butt.
Yeah.
And so that's more
Well,
of
you
a
think
natural.
about it. If I'm a physical man and I'm looking for a woman to have physical children, physically fit children, and this woman had all this work done to her body, we have a baby. Now I'm like, why is this baby fat as hell? This baby 9 years old. He fat than a motherfucker because the mama tricked him.
And
She had all
his
this
teeth
work done. You know what I'm saying? She got perfect teeth. The baby grill messed up. It's because they tricked him.
So you have something. Okay, so do y'all have something against people who enhance their beauty? Say for instance, you might lose your teeth, so you go get some veneers.
I don't see nothing wrong with the teeth. It's the getting your body did for me. I probably could have dated if I was single. Maybe somebody jump off the top rope and have just a nice friendship, but it would never be nothing.
So if your mate came to you and say she had maybe 2 or 3 kids, she didn't been to the gym, she didn't did everything she could to lose this weight, then she said, well, babe, I didn't did it all. I'm thinking, what do you think about me going to get a mommy makeover? I just want some lipo done.
See, that's the difference between getting it. The only thing
Would you be against it?
I would be with the getting it sucked out and stuff. Anytime you getting your booty implants or your titties implant, I'm not feeling that. But getting something sucked out, and hold on, and let me also say this. Just say if we're on a workout regimen and she lose too much weight where the skin gets saggy, I can accept her getting it tightened up.
That's what I'm saying. Would
Something
you accept
like
that?
I can accept. But anytime you got to put this silicone in your ass and your titties, that don't work for me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just feel, Bar, I think most of it have to do with discipline. Control what you're putting in your mouth. Don't always.
Well, I think that we're programmed to take the easy way out. You know, back in the day, girls go to the gym, work out, do squats, and do everything. And so now, why do I have to go do all that hard work when I could just go lay on the table and get surgery done?
Yeah, but see, as your man, that ain't what I. Yeah, because
I agree with you. I agree
if
with
you
you.
running down there getting these surgeries and you talking about your appearance first, if I'm not complaining to you, I'm still curious. Who you trying to impress?
So you complain, just say like your girl put on too much weight. You would say something.
Yeah.
See, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't do it.
Dre, so you gonna tell me
what I would say
if your
like,
girl pick up
let's
20,
go
30 pounds, you just
But
go,
he may say it in a certain way.
See, listen, like my girl got more. She's more onto the weight shit. Like she can bring a pack of cookies in that bitch. Eat one cookie. And might eat another cookie a week later. Me, that bitch, I'm killing the whole pack.
I was sweet.
So she got more
discipline.
But the thing is, it's like I ain't gonna lie, with myself, I can speak with myself. I'm an emotional eater. Like, you know how back in the days, motherfuckers see you get fat, they be like, damn, that nigga getting money. No, when I'm fat, I'm stressing. Like when my money good shit popping, I'm at the gym, I'm in shape, I'm at my best.
But when you get,
but when I'm stressing, I'm a snacker, I'm like, fuck the gym. I got a basement full of weights and shit, treadmills, ellipticals. I ain't got on that shit in about a year. Cause I'm thinking about all the money going out and ain't none coming in. But I'm gonna try to change that
shit. But you gotta
That's the new
discipline
goal.
yourself to be better.
But even if you discipline yourself, I'm a foodie. I love sweets and snacks and shit.
Yeah, but see, if you was you a man, you carry your weight different. Like, you know, I don't want no big woman on me trying to ride me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her stomach jiggling. I'm looking at her wide back. You know,
you ever dated a fat chick?
No.
Well, have you ever dated a woman bigger than you?
Well, every woman bigger than me.
See, that's different. We talking about
But see, you gotta think though. I have had a woman.
Well, no, he could have a woman that's
belly.
But solid. He could get a woman that's got hips.
I'm talking about with a belly.
Oh, okay.
Like
well, Dre, I have had a woman, and I'm telling you, and she's riding me, and I'm looking at that stomach, and that stomach jiggling, and I just like, no. I don't like that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So for a woman who has that type of thing going on, like I just asked Dre, if you had a girl and like I said, maybe she had a couple of kids and she did everything she could do, and maybe she
let's stop making excuses for her.
Okay, or maybe she just gained weight and maybe she got some skin hanging off, and she said, "Well, babe, I'm thinking about going to get a makeover, like some lipo done." Would you be against it, or would you say let's try the hard way first?
That's not the first route, in my opinion. You know what? You need to first watch what's going in your mouth. Stop always eating a bag of chips a day. Stop always, you know what I'm saying, want to stop at the restaurant. No, I'm saying stop always drinking this pop. You have to take some responsibility for what you're putting in your body.
I agree.
And after you take that responsibility, now you got to make it a lifestyle.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in my opinion, I don't want no woman with a jiggly belly while she on top of me, her stomach jiggling, she turn around riding me backwards. I'm looking at a running back, her back this wide. That turns me off.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, this is a serious question right here. Now, think about it. You dating somebody. You see a future with this person. You get married. Y'all decide to have a kid. She put this weight on. She can't shake it. Do you leave or do you stay?
Now, Dre, that's a beautiful question. Now, if a woman body transformed because of something she done for me, okay, I'm gonna stick with her like glue.
Okay.
Because you know what, this is something that happened because of me.
Right.
But most of the time, that's not the case. These women already got kids. They already got a messed up lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying, if I'm dating a woman, I like her personality, you know, I like her appearance, pretty face, but she need to tone up, I'm going to use my words. I'm going to say, well, baby, you know, you don't want to get a membership? You know, you don't want to start, you know what I'm saying, going up to the park?
Would you go with her to motivate her?
No, I don't need to work out. No, I'm not.
But you gotta motivate her though, man.
Listen, Dre, I'm not no
No, you knew
trainer.
he was gonna say no.
I'm not no trainer.
I
you
was gonna say
I
yeah.
know he was gonna say
I'm
no.
I'm
But some people-
162 pounds. I don't need to work out.
Well, you could be her coach or motivator or something.
Okay, no, the relationship gonna motivate her. If the relationship
Being with you is gonna make her lose weight.
if she want to be with me and I'm telling her, because if the shoe was on the other foot, if she's telling me she don't like something about me and I don't change it, that's going to jeopardize the relationship.
Oh, so you gonna tell her pretty much if you don't lose weight, you out of there?
Well, I don't like what I mean. You turning me off.
So you
I'm
went
cheat
back.
on you.
So you went back to the question I was just about to ask. What if you was with your mate and she sees nothing wrong with her body? She sees nothing wrong with how she looks.
But she's not in a relationship by herself, Barb.
The question was, I was going to ask that question. Would you stay or would you go? How would you handle the situation?
Okay,
Because she could tell you I don't want to lose weight.
Okay,
I like my weight.
Okay, that's it. That's it. I'm gonna tell her final answer. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't like, I don't want a big woman. Like I said, I'm 162. What I look like dating a woman walking around 210, 215, 230. I can't. How we gonna have fun sex? Me having sex with her is a workout. I'm sweating. One of her legs was 60 pounds.
No, Leo.
I'm just saying, Barb, she got 60 pounds, that's 120 in just legs. And you want me to hit the bottom of it, Daddy? Listen, baby, I'm gonna just hit the top. So what I'm saying is, I think women should be held accountable for the calories that they take in. And if your man telling you he got a problem with it, I think a woman should do something about it.
I think for me, because you're speaking on a woman, I'm gonna speak for far as a man. That's for me. I'm not attracted to big guys. I've never dated a big guy. I think for me, it would just be too much work, too much that I would have to do activity wise with him. Like,
women don't do nothing though.
Well, see, this is where you wrong. This is where you wrong, and I'm fit to explain to you. You just see yourself me. Now I'm in my twos. And I'm talking to somebody maybe 500 pounds. Automatically,
that's different though. That's
automatically. I could be talking to somebody 300, 400 pounds. Automatically, the stomach has covered up the private part. So now I have to lift it up. I'm doing too many. I got to lift up your stomach to get myself in position, and then you might even have the nerve to ask me to go down.
You gotta think.
And I don't want to do that because your stomach been hanging over there all day long.
It's
smelling, it's sweaty. So I'm not even gonna talk. I'm not gonna say all big guys. I'm not saying all big guys is like this, but I'm talking about for the ones that have excessive weight on them. They're very huge and don't do anything. That's a lot of work for me to have to do that. Now I don't like messy big guys. Put it like that. If you messy and stomach hanging over you, you barely can walk. I ain't hollering at you. I'm not even about to wait.
Big guy?
No, I never dated a big guy.
Okay, all right, that's a question.
I never dated a big guy. And not all big guys are sloppy looking, but that's just like if dating a big woman.
Well, I don't care if she's sloppy or she neat with it. I mean, the scale is going to tell her story.
Because you got some solid big guys.
Well, if you got I done seen guys 250 solid, but usually a guy 250 solid, he got a some type of sports background. Now, ain't too many guys finna be walking around here 250, 260 just because no reason at all, and he's solid. So if he ain't playing sports or come from a sport background, but still he lifting weights.
You said sports. Nigga ain't
lifting
nobody else
weights is
sports.
Yeah, he be like, you know what, I'm from the yard. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but see, a lot of muscular women, a lot of muscular men will date big women because they ain't got a problem with lifting them. But you got to think, if you walking around 160, 170 pounds, I mean, come on. You're not looking for no woman that got you about 50, 60 pounds.
I disagree with that. I'm fat and out of shape now, boy. When I had my muscles, I wasn't looking for no big girls. You know what I mean? I gain weight, lose weight, get in shape, and get back fat.
How much you weigh now, Dre?
Like about 246.
Okay, how about, could you date a woman 300?
I can't date a chick over probably maybe 200. And that depends on how tall she is and all that.
All that plays a
Okay,
factor.
she 5'4", 5'5".
That's a lot of weight.
That means she gonna be round. She not like it. The taller you are, you proportionate. But the shorter she is, and 200 and plus, she gonna be round.
Well,
now.
5'6", between 5'5" and 5'7" is the average height of a woman.
Okay.
So if she 300
well, I'm
pounds,
5'10", so I'm
you consider tall.
I'm tall, but I'm 5'10".
How tall are you? I mean,
I'm 5'10", so I'm
How much you weigh?
I'm 215. So if you saying somebody 5'4", 5'4" at 215, that's a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight.
So she's not gonna look like me,
What you
and I'm 5'10".
What you think most women walking around at? These women walking around 180.
Go back. You said how tall are you?
5'10".
God damn, 5'10", 215. That's good. That's pretty good right there.
She's still overweight though.
But I'm still considered overweight. They still say I should be like 185 or something like that.
Man,
but if I drop
I
a
don't
little,
think that scale is for
But
because they told me I'm supposed to be like 170 and
Yeah.
shit. I was like,
You
What?
supposed to, but see,
boy,
Look at
170. I be
you
looking
look
like
at
a
me at
crackhead.
180, I would be
Dre,
trimmed.
listen,
Bro,
I'm
when I got down,
overweight.
listen, when I got
You
down to
look like a
210,
crackhead too.
remember we was going to Hoop City? I got down to 210. I was looking like a crackhead. They was like, nigga, motherfucker told me don't lose no more weight. Your head too big. Just like when I did the weight loss challenge when I lost all that weight. Niggas like, nigga, you look like a bobblehead. I mean,
I
that
think-
shit don't work for everybody.
I think it goes by your body. I think it goes by your height too. Because like I said, if you
I
take
think
somebody
about your nationality
5'4",
as well.
you 5'4", and you put my weight on you, you're not gonna look like me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm 5'10", 215. So somebody shorter than me carrying 250, that's a lot of weight.
Now, what I will say, if I'm dating a woman and she having a medical issue like thyroids or something, you know what, she could possibly gain it. Now, she can't control that.
Right.
So, you know, because I know some people be like,
Yeah,
well, what about if it's medical?
Yeah.
If it's medical, okay,
It's a
we
difference.
would work. If this is something that occurred while we together, now it's different if I met her and she got them problems. I didn't sign up for that. So I wouldn't stay with her. But if this is something that happened while we together, and that's why I always tell women it's so important to stop dating so many men, because if something happened, they all will cut out on you. Because they don't feel like you was ever theirs. So if something medically happened with a man, and he know you true to him, he will stay with you.
Yeah,
So-
especially he got your loyalty, your
That's
respect
right.
and all that. If
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta share you, you can't call me talking about some you need somewhere to stay or none of that shit. If I
Oh
know
shit,
if
can
I'm
you go
shit-
pick up my medicine?
If I'm sharing you with 5 motherfuckers, I'm like, well, I do Wednesdays and Mark can do Tuesdays and Thursdays. We gotta split whatever task up. You see
Well,
what I'm
that's
saying?
your time to bail.
Yeah, that's true.
See, the thing is, like, you know, we talking about a person appearance. An older man, once I get about 60 years old, yes, I may be looking to marry because now I need somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying? So when I need you, I'm gonna marry you now because that's what most women fantasy is to get married.
But they gonna win.
Men will get married when they get older because now they don't want to die alone. They want somebody to rub their feet. They want somebody to do stuff for them that they can't do for themselves.
And the good part about it, whoever marry you at an old age, they know if you leave this bitch before them, they get the bag. And a lot of women do that. Because they know when they be like, yeah, when this old nigga kick, I'm going to get the bag all housed, and I just, spend it with my new nigga.
Yeah, and that'll be, and you know what? Men don't care about when a man
don't
dead,
care
he
about
don't
that shit.
care
We out
about
of
that. So it's smart for a young woman to mess around with older men and marry an older man because it's your come up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about first women in the hair. How do y'all feel about the wigs, the lace fronts? Now, see, for me, I wear the braids, ponytails, buns, and stuff like that because I have a complicated life. So I try to keep my life as simple, fat as I can.
Shave your shit bald.
Yeah,
More simple than that.
Look, taking care of my dad. So sometimes I throw the braids here, or I might throw the ponytail or something because between taking care of my dad, going to work, keeping my house up, it can be. But I don't do the wigs. I don't do the lace fronts. But you have some girls that just do it. It's just a natural thing, and they have beautiful hair. But
they're lazy.
They throw in the
just
wigs.
Call it what it is. I don't like it, Barb.
Okay.
I think most men like women natural. You know, I don't care if a woman put her hair in a ponytail.
I don't even mind braids. If she get like the weave braids, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Natural weave braids, like the lace fronts and the wigs. To me, when I hear wig and think of wig, that remind me of my grandma. Them goddamn Kmart wigs or whatever the fuck. I don't know where wigs came from.
Yeah, they used
but
to wear
that
the wigs. They used to wear the little stuff outside.
Like I talked to one of my partners, his wife make wigs or whatever. Man, the wigs you got, you like, damn, that's a wig. But you still hear the word wig. You think grandma don't sit right.
And think about what that.
And once again, we're not talking about ladies that have to. We're not talking about ladies that have health conditions.
With them lace fronts due to the women hair. You see a woman that always wear lace fronts.
They glue that shit down.
Man, they tear all their baby hair off.
Oh, they got fake baby hairs now that you can
see,
put on.
See, you keep talking about the fake.
I'm just saying, you can tell. But
can you imagine taking a woman on a trip that always wear lace fronts? Now, when y'all go swimming and stuff, listen, man, you gonna be like, listen, this ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I thought it was. See what I'm saying? These women say, you know what? I want to look good.
Have to come with the question. Go ahead and finish.
Well, women always want to look good for men because they bait. They bait men in and they trick them. So now your hair is fake, your lashes is fake, your lips is fake. You got hair removal from off your chin. You got breast implants. You got stuff.
I don't think you want to talk to no girl with hair on her chin, so that's a natural.
Y'all always have hair on your chin. Y'all get them
They get them plucked.
Well, that's natural to just.
No, that ain't natural, Barb.
I don't have to do that, but I'm just saying for those who have to do it.
I'm running down all the things men got to deal with. Dealing with the
okay, so what happens to the man that, because all men don't have a problem with it, so we can't.
What man want his woman to have a beard?
Shut up! I ain't talking about the beard. Shut up. I mean, so what happens? So what do you say to the men that accept their girl? Okay, say I'm going to give you say for instance, she started off natural. She didn't wear wigs. She didn't wear she didn't care about. So now she's wearing wigs and stuff. So now if he doesn't say anything, what do you say to the man that allowed her to go into this and now he want to say don't do this, but you never said that when she first started?
I'm going to tell him good luck because, first of all, that's expensive.
Oh, you know, wigs
that stuff is expensive. And to maintain it is expensive. See, I'm going to go back to being lazy. See, I travel. See, a guy that just stay in Detroit, he'll fall for that shit. I go around the world. Mm-hmm. I know what natural women look better than women with all that bullshit.
I agree.
You see a woman that wakes up, you know what I'm saying, go take a bath in the ocean,
throw
come back,
in the ponytail.
Listen, you gonna be like, man, that's a bad motherfucker. Now you come here in the United States, especially to Detroit, everything fake with a woman. The conversation fake. Everything about these women is fake, and what I'm saying is, I think as men, we have to lift the bar and just tell them, you know what, no more. I don't want no woman with all her baby hair going from around her.
Okay, but it's kind of hard to say that now because the reason it's hard to say that now is because out of 100%, how many women are real and how many are fake? Fake is very high right about now.
Well, that's because men keep accepting it.
Right. Men accept a lot of things.
And I'm just telling the men, let's say no more.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Why she want her lips blew up? Who she trying to?
Well, I ain't never known why that was.
Well, women go get their lips
I know. I don't know why they do that.
They wear them fake eyelashes way out here. Women come to your house, spend the night at your house, fuck your pillowcases up. You got all this bullshit and there's makeup packed the fuck on. That's not cute to me.
Okay.
I say clean that shit off.
So you wouldn't lower your standards for someone?
No, I'm not never lowering my standards.
For the physicalness that.
No.
Okay, so say for instance she was born with no eyebrows, so
I wouldn't date her.
She draw them on.
Okay, I like natural women. So if a woman was born with no hair, I just simply wouldn't date her. That's just not my type. If a woman, if a woman was born with a real fat booty, I don't like fat booties. I like a woman with a little booty.
Okay.
But if she got a big fat booty, she just not my type. I'm okay with saying no. You know, you're just not my type.
Okay, so how would you feel like if you met a girl and say, for instance, she didn't have eyebrows, and you know how the girls draw their eyebrows on? Would you accept or not accept?
I dated somebody that had them tattooed on.
Okay.
See, but as long as I can see some right there, I can't wake up in the morning. There ain't nothing right there.
Okay.
You're going to be looking crazy as hell. Your shit just naked right there.
But see, Dre, when we go out the country, we seen some nice looking women.
Right.
I know it's bull crap because I have seen women with the same skin tone, same size, and they don't do none of the stuff these American women do. None of it.
Well, it used to be called enhancing your beauty, and I think
who though?
For who?
I mean, it's not makeup used to enhance the beauty.
Since who, Bart?
Since the woman.
Listen.
But I mean, okay, say for instance, like I said, you meet a girl with no eyebrows. Okay, now she looks in the mirror, she draws them on, they natural. To her, she looks better with something on there than nothing at all. You meet a girl with no lips, so she go get fillers because she has no lips.
Okay, but if her man, the person she's with, is not telling her to do that, to pursue that.
But when you go out into public, it's not about what your man thinks.
It's all about your man.
A woman is thinking about what people think in general.
Okay, well, that man should leave that woman. She should be by herself.
That ain't even how it all started. Think about this. You got black women with full lips. They can be in the hood, they can be broke, they can be poor. You got this white woman over here with small lips. She turn around and go to the doctor because she got the money to get these full lips. Everything starts with money. If you got a few dollars and you get this beautiful enhancement, that's what everybody want to do. Because, I paid $10,000 to get my ass. I paid $5,000 to do this. So money is pushing all that. If a person sit here and brag and say, I went and got my lips did, I went and got a BBL, I went and got a breast augmentation, all this shit, even though you thinking, okay, yeah, I'm doing it for myself, you doing it for bragging rights. You may be enhancing yourself, but at the same time, you got a motherfucker over here with flat ass titties. She ain't got no $4,000-5,000 to do this shit. Mm-hmm. So it's a bragging right as well.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
And I also think, Dre, most women that participate in that kind of stuff, it's embarrassing most of the time. They got kids.
It's an insecurity.
They go up there with them jeans.
That's what I was going to say. It's an insecurity.
They go up there, they got these jeans on, big fat booty sticking out, titties hanging all out at the child's school. That's embarrassing. Mm-hmm. That's embarrassing for somebody to say, your mama got a big booty. Mm-hmm. Why your mama titties always out? But see, the woman always thinking, you know what, I'm doing this for me.
What if she just naturally got a big booty and can't do that about it?
She ain't got to wear them type of pants.
If it's all natural. It's a lot of thick women wear baggy pants and baggy clothes.
Well, you know what?
And they blend in.
Well, you know what? Women want to wear their favorite pair of pants when they going up there to pick their kids up from school because they know men gonna be up there too, and they want to sit up here and get attention. My thing is, if you know men look at women for sex tools, why do you want to be a tool? Why do you want to do things to attract the man? You want your butt bigger. You want your boobs bigger. You want your lips bigger so he can think about you sucking his penis. Why are you doing everything to be used as a tool? That's what I don't understand.
You gotta work hard.
You ain't gotta work. I was just about to say that. That's a hustle. That's
spend $20,000 to enhance themselves, hopefully to get a basketball player, a lawyer, a doctor, so their life gonna be different. If I spend $20,000 and meet a guy worth millions of dollars, shit, it was a good investment. Now, if you spend $20,000 and it don't work out in your favor,
don't work out in your favor,
you just fucked off $20,000.
You messed over yourself. And then not only that, you out here like he said, if I get a millionaire just for going to lift my boobies up and put a little hips on me, hey, look, what we doing? But they don't care. And then not only, let's make this clear too, it's not just women that do this plastic surgery either. You got men out here too that's scared that when they lose their hair, They going out there. I saw this on the books. They go out there and get and I didn't even know this was true. They spray this spray in their hair to make their hairline thing, and then they get this fake hair and stuff because they don't. I think people are scared to age too. You don't want to age. If you going bald, go bald. Lose your hair.
I disagree.
You got that damn spray paint spraying in your hair every day, drawing all that stuff on there, making up edge. You done lost your sags too, so they got the little fake up edges going on. They got it for the men too.
Listen,
so it's not just women.
I ain't with that. I just think men should do men things and women should do
right.
Things. Like how you have these guys with the extension in their hairs with hair coming all the way down to their butt.
So you talking about fake hair?
They get fake hair and braided in their own hair, and they have it just like the women's.
Listen,
that kind of stuff is in here right now.
But I'm in the dreadlocks.
I don't even know if he watching this. I remember this shit. I asked Ball. We ain't gonna say nobody name. I asked Ball. I say, man, I just saw a dog had a bald head. 3 weeks later, the nigga got braids. I say, man, that nigga head grow like a motherfucker. This nigga Ball say, no. This nigga, he sold some braids onto a baseball hat.
Yeah.
Don't say the name.
Don't say the name.
Bro, you gotta be a different type of nigga.
Yes, do it
This
too.
nigga sold braids onto a baseball hat. So he bald, and when you throw it on, it look like he had
That's what I'm saying. So while
That
we
shit
eat,
different.
we not just eating up women because guys get lace fronts with the braids and stuff. They get the dreadlocks, short hair, braid the braids in and stuff like that.
I would do it.
I can't let you just slide that across like that's normal.
It's not. I didn't say it was
Listen,
normal, but
if
I'm
I see
saying
a
both
guy-
sexes
If I see
do
a guy
it.
with a lace front, you know the first thing come to mind. I'm saying my advice for men is to travel. See, you're not gonna understand what we're saying until you get up out of here. Go down to Colombia. Go down to.
I ain't been to Colombia, but I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to the
Okay, that's good
Bahamas.
enough. So you don't see them women looking like the women here, and they're beautiful people.
No, they don't look like us. They do.
But are they beautiful?
They don't wear fake shit.
Okay,
They
so
all
and you
natural.
know what?
But
People,
we have beautiful women here.
man, listen, Detroit.
We have some.
Hey, Detroit
We
is
have
the
still
trick
have
you.
some natural
Detroit is
beautiful
the
women.
trick you city. You
I
get
agree with
tricked
that.
up here.
I agree with that too.
Okay, just Detroit. What about Atlanta? What about
That too.
Houston?
That
It
too.
ain't just
But
Detroit.
you know what? Detroit is everywhere. I don't care if you go down to Texas, Detroit there. You go down to Atlanta, Detroit there. You go down
We
to Virginia.
everywhere.
We everywhere.
New York,
we
and
travel.
then
Vegas, whatever.
people tends to follow our trend.
Mhm.
Detroit
Okay.
is always in the house no matter where you go.
I agree.
And you know what? They're going to always have their own style.
Yeah. So you're
So,
gonna know the
there
difference.
you go. You're gonna know.
Always know the difference between.
It's very rare that a person go somewhere and visit another city and they come back to the city and they all of a sudden now they looking like a gangbanger or something. You gonna be like, man, we don't do that shit here.
Hell no.
You can tell when a person trying to blend in or do something because they stand out. Detroit usually set the tone. We usually set our own tone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the 90s, it was gators, it was suits, pink suits, green
Minks.
suits, purple
Yeah,
suits.
they got the guys coming here June 3rd. It's not good. It was a talk show or something.
June 3rd passed already.
Oh, they already been here then. It was a
Oh,
talk
that
show.
pimp.
It wasn't a pimp thing. They had their own talk show, the two basketball players, and they was like, we going to Detroit, and
What
like
they was talking about?
they didn't know how to. They was like, we ain't been to Detroit in so long. Like, what was it that they should wear, and the Gators, or because I guess they hadn't been here, and they said that too. They said, Detroit got its own style. They move and groove a certain type of way. So I guess they was coming down. They wanted to fit in. They didn't want to seem like they wasn't.
Boy, they millionaires. They gonna fit in.
Like they
because
went from here
Everybody
anyway. I
gonna be
can't
down
think
there
of it.
because they got. See, one thing about Detroit, you can always buy yourself in here. Long as you got some money, they gonna accept you. That's just Detroit is for sale. The women here is for sale. The niggas here for sale. You can buy anything you want from
I
Detroit.
kind of disagree with that, ball, because some niggas will get you together. They know you got a few dollars. Think about it. You got niggas that be yes man, and you can keep paying. Then you got some niggas gonna tie you up, take all that shit, and drop you off somewhere.
Now, Dre, don't get it
everybody
twisted.
ain't
I
able
ain't
to be
saying
bought.
niggas ain't about their business. What I'm saying is a nigga would switch sides for that bag.
Some niggas. Some, not
some
all.
people.
Not all.
But
Not all.
Don't let the well run dry. And
I don't know though. We in the D.
I give you a high percentage. I ain't gonna give all.
Yeah,
they know
because we done had conversations and about shady shit niggas done did to me, and I done had you like, man, dog, don't fuck with a nigga, and then I had motherfuckers like, nigga, I take it off. You see what I'm saying? But that ain't me. So everybody ain't like that. You know what I mean?
But you gotta think, guys that stick up, that's usually guys that stick up, man, start getting money, and when they go broke, they just go back to their old ways. Okay. That's because the guy you used to break in houses, and now he getting money. Let that bag drop. He gonna go back into breaking in houses.
That's true.
So what I'm saying, you got all different type of flavors in Detroit. Everybody in Detroit got money at some point. But
Not
what is
everybody.
what is their background?
That's true.
A lot of times these
I'm gonna say everybody because the city was flooded.
You know, I can't say everybody
because
I'm gonna tell you like this. To me, everybody's sense of money is not money. You know what I mean? My sense of money may be a lot, and then the other nigga may be his weekend money.
Because at one point,
I had a nigga tell me the most money he ever seen
flooded.
at one time that was his was $5,000. That was one night at the bar to me. And to another nigga, that might be one day at the mall. You know what I mean? So everybody money value is different.
But if you know, I would never step on nobody toes saying, you know what, you ain't got no money. If in your head,
I would never.
If your spot doing $100 a day and you eating $100 a day and you eating and you paying your bills, you doing your thing. Now just because the guy
profit out that $100 though, that makes a difference.
Well, if he flipping an 8 ball every day and he's able to maintain his lifestyle, he doing his thing.
So you don't feel like he should be able to grow?
Well, I'm just saying, everybody don't have a boss mentality, and you know what? Everybody can't play the same role as the next man. So as long as you maintaining your own life and you able to
take care of your bills,
there you go. Okay. You doing your thing. Just because a nigga might be getting 100,000, you know, a week, yeah, you ain't on his level, but he doing his thing. You doing your thing, and I don't think that they should be compared because they both doing their thing.
Yeah, my bad. I done took us all the way off topic. But let's get back to the
Okay, so now do y'all think that women are turning men off with all of the fakeness?
Well, you know what, Bar? Let me change gears for a second. My little cousin came to me and asked me a question, right? He said, you know what, how do you know when your penis is big enough for a female? So we're talking about physical appearance. So that's physical and it's also appearance. I told him, I say all women vaginas start off this big. This big. All of them. They even got a little piece of skin right here. So they all start off this big. Okay. Now, if you hook up with a woman and her vagina is this big, I believe you should simply say, you know what? I think you are too experienced for me, and I'd rather just date somebody else. That's your way of saying you done stuck all kind of stuff in your vagina. Bottles,
a foot,
13-foot long penises. You know, guys have stuck their arm in there. Now you want to be in a relationship with me. I'm just saying, I think men should start setting a tone and say, you know what, ain't no way in the world you having sex with a woman and you don't feel nothing, and she tell you small. Because my thing is, but your vagina started off this big.
Yeah, if her walls blew out.
So if you let a man go...
Okay, I always been cute. We getting off cute. But it's physical. Okay, so in the physical point of having sex with a woman, you all as men, how do you know? Because my cousin told me this before. He like, you know, I got in there and it just sunk down to the bottom. I'm like, what?
The bottom is pit.
So how do you all know y'all don't feel nothing? Or how do y'all know?
That motherfucker just say like, you got a hula hoop. You know how big a hula hoop is. You put your arm in there and do it.
Yeah.
So y'all don't feel the
you feel
nothing. Times I fuck women. I was able to do this inside her vagina. I was able to do a circle inside her vagina and her legs closed. So that's open inside there. Oh, so I don't think it's fair for a man. See, only way a woman's vagina can get that toe out is come from messing around with different size penis men. Big, little,
and
curved,
when
straight.
they get that, what's it called, a hysterectomy, when they get that shit taken out, when that shit be, I don't know what it is, they get the ovaries or something. Something that motherfucker be taken out and they be empty in there. I can't remember exactly. It could be the uterus. Whatever it is,
I don't know.
When they get that shit taken out, that shit be open.
Well, but see, what I'm saying is, wow. I think men... Because a woman would sit up here talking about a man penis quick. Oh, his dick don't stay hard. His dick, she'll throw you on the bus quick. I'm just saying we should start setting the tone and just start telling women, listen, baby, your vagina wasn't what I thought it would be.
Why you gotta say that and be her? Just don't talk to her no more. Why you gotta
Well,
be hurtful?
because she's going to wonder why
No,
you
you
talking
don't have to give an explanation.
What you mean?
You don't gotta give an explanation. Just don't talk
No,
to her.
I would like to know. Be specific.
Okay,
What you mean,
if I'm
exactly?
dating a woman, her face is pretty, hair done, she got a nice shape, I'll say, man, I know she got a nice head on her. Now, we get to having sex, and you know what I'm saying, I can hear echo coming out that thing. I'ma just say, you know what, because now I'm not satisfied, I'm not being pleased. And I don't think it's fair to me to keep being with this woman when I'm not being pleased, because I'm the type of guy, I wonder stuff like this. How did your vagina get that big?
You think about this while you having sex with her?
Because I know how they started off.
See, he be
always
analyzing.
had to
Boy,
go.
always
He do too
But
analyzing.
Dre, can you imagine you
For
go
one
up in
thing-
and it's whoop? You gonna say, damn.
I be thinking that, but
How?
I don't. But I
And
don't
I'm
be
just
giving
telling
a
them what
fuck.
man
Because
think.
you know, all I be thinking like, damn, she blew out. I'm gonna get my little groove on, finish, and I know.
You're not gonna
If I
talk to her no more.
Even if I talk to her, it's just gonna be straight up popping
But
off.
you gotta
I'm
be-
not looking for no relationship, so I'm not even really gonna put too much effort into thought about how many niggas in there, because I know she's not gonna go past a certain level.
So on the physical part of having sex with a woman that's blew out, y'all wasting y'all time doing all that extra jumping off the
Well,
top
see, you
rope
don't
energy.
know. And that's why as men,
Are y'all wasting y'all
we
time?
want to hurry
No,
up and jump
'cause
off
she
the
got
rope.
2 other
Because
hoes.
now, like Dre said, I might still
What
deal
you
with her.
just say?
She got 2 other hoes. If her pussy blew out, I'm gonna put this motherfucker in her mouth with that asshole.
Oh,
And
my
as long as I
God.
get my shit
So
off,
let me
I'm
ask you
good.
this, Dre.
Y'all
Would you make a woman with a blew out vagina your woman?
No, but I jump off the top rope.
Well, no,
She
she
never
want
be my
more.
woman.
She telling you like, wait, we've been messing around now for 6 months. I
First
think
off,
it's
her
time.
vagina blew out. I ain't gonna be around 6 months.
And that's
she
what I'm
might get
saying.
a good 2 weeks out of it.
See what I'm saying? So now
Maybe a week.
She gonna call Dre and say, well, you know what? Why you don't call me no more? And you just say, well,
She
you
ain't
know
gonna
what?
be to
baby?
say that.
The
Okay,
vagina wasn't what I
I'm
thought it
blocking
was.
her
Okay,
when
but
I'm
you don't
done.
have to say that. That's what I'm saying to you.
So what I gotta say if she asks me why?
No, you don't gotta say nothing.
What I'm just
Fuck her.
saying,
Don't
you-
even talk to her.
But I ain't that type of dude, Bart. I'ma still go out.
So you
I'ma
really hurt her
still
feelings?
You really-
I don't think that's hurting her feelings.
What
If you
that
tell her your
is?
pussy,
If she
Hold on.
say with me,
how
Mom,
would you say it exactly to
How
her?
he-
I would
just
say, well,
said it.
listen, baby, you know, last time we hooked up, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. She gonna say, well, what you mean? I say, you was kind of big.
Now, what would you have to say all that for?
I think that's good.
Because a woman would say to a man,
She
you know
gonna
what, I
ask-
don't want to have sex with him because he had a little penis.
She
But
may
she gonna
tell her
ask you what you
friend that.
mean.
No, but see, if a man asks her and say, well, baby, well, what's wrong,
He
baby?
just said, you're not my type. I don't see women.
I don't see why I
I've
can't be
never
honest,
heard a
Barbara.
woman
Hold
tell.
on, hold on, boy.
I've never heard a woman tell a guy, "Oh, your penis was too small." I mean, if she want to be hurtful, but most,
I don't see why I
women
can't
be
be
like, "You
honest.
just ain't my
Hold
type."
on,
She
she gonna
knows she got a big-
say, what did you mean? But you was kind of big. You gonna tell her your pussy blew out?
No, I wouldn't say your pussy was blew out. What I was saying is, you know what, I couldn't really have no type of friction inside of your vagina. I didn't feel
So your
much.
wall, you still
I just,
pretty
you
much
know
say
what?
your wall,
She
bro.
can say, well, you know what? You got a little penis. I'm gonna say, no, you just got a big vagina. You see what I'm saying? If I know my penis is 8 inches long, a decent size, I'm average. But if I'm not getting I'm not getting satisfied having sex, and I know how a vagina's supposed to feel, and yours don't feel that way, that means you've been doing extra play, extra activities with your vagina.
Yeah.
And I don't think I should, because I don't want to have casual sex. You know, a lot of men want to just mess with several different women. If I'm dealing with a woman, I like her, I like the way she think. So yeah, now we gotta have sex. We have sex, now the vagina, everything went south. So the way you think, how smart you is, don't mean nothing.
Hold on, let me ask you a question, boy. This I don't been through this before. Have you ever dated somebody, you liked them, you kicked it with them, but you just never try to have sex because there's so
No.
much other shit going on?
Every woman that you know what, I'm friends with and I talk to regularly, I had sex with her.
Okay, now let me go back to here.
Because it's a trust thing. See, women treat men
Let me make
different
this
than they have
point.
sex with.
Like, I've been there. Like, this was 08. I done dated a chick, like, it went on for maybe months. And I didn't even try to be physical with her because I was chasing some money. I mean, you ain't never been in a position where you dated somebody, you ain't even dated. You met somebody, you may have went out and twice. But business always was so much was going on that you never got a chance to be physical.
Never,
or you would
Dre.
put that shit to the side.
No, because when a woman pursue me that means she want to be around me.
Nah, you pursuing her. You gotta
No, but see,
pursue
Dre,
her in the beginning.
I ain't like that, bro.
So you telling me every woman you ever dated pursued you?
No, when I show interest in a woman, she gonna have to show interest back to me.
Okay, that's showing interest
So
in each other.
that's right. So we might go out a couple times, but if I'm handling my business, she gotta come around. And if she around me, my penis will get hard. And if she don't want to give me, you gotta think. When I was in counseling, I forgot what I was diagnosed with, but.
You didn't forget. You know what you
forgot. It was some years ago. When I was diagnosed that, only way I can tell a woman like me if she has sex with me. If she don't have sex with me,
use some type of
I think
sex
that's all.
thing
I
or
think
I
something.
used to be
I
addicted
think
to
all
sex.
men.
I was addicted to sex.
I think all men are addicted to sex. I just feel like that.
Well, see, now at 50 years old, sex is like fifth on my list.
Fifth?
Like fifth. I can have sex. I can have sex once a week, once every 2 weeks, and I'm straight.
Oh no.
I think it'd be about fourth, third, or fourth on my list.
Yeah, it's like
Because you
fifth.
got money,
My old
family,
school more important than sex.
religion. Your old school.
My old school. I'd rather
pussy
go.
under your car.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Shit, that's a pussy. A pussy better not say nothing bad about my car.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, we might fall out
So sex is number 5.
around 5. It's most definitely under my old school.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you say, well, you know what, come and get some pussy, or you know what, go wash your car and tune your sounds in that motherfucker, I think you'll see me out there with soap and water.
Wow.
I want to wash it and put it back in the garage, and I want to look at it. I get pleasure out of knowing my baby is taken care of, it's nice, it's clean.
But you don't get pleasure out of it.
No, really, bro, think about it.
You ain't never had nobody super nasty though.
I don't like super nasty women.
Boy, just because you ain't had super nasty.
You can't say you
did
like
super
something
nasty
you ain't
one
never had
time.
it.
You would be a
I
whole
had
different
I had a
motherfucker.
chick one time tell me, take it out and stick it in my ass. And see, that turned me off. Because
We are off subject. This
well,
is
I don't like
Sunday.
I don't like
We
I don't like aggressive nasty women. You know what I'm saying? I don't like women spitting on my penis. I don't like
I'm gonna tell you the only reason is because you look at like if she this nasty, how many other people she was this nasty for? I don't do that analyzation. I'm not.
Well,
thinking
see,
like
Dre,
that.
I like if I'm gonna have anal sex with a woman, I like for it to hurt when it go in. You know what I'm saying?
You want her to be a rookie. You don't want no
Well,
professional.
Dre, I think I had one woman that I was with, and it went in easy, and I was like, never again. Never again. I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I want a woman to be, I want to look, she grabbing the covers, and, she
But
grabbing,
as
pushing
you
me
can
back.
see, we're saying that sex is a part of physical appearance. It's a
So
part
she-
of how you perform sexually. This is what they
So
try to do.
with no lube but nothing, she was like,
As usual.
Listen, Dre, these women out here, man, they do some things with their body, man. And I'm
agree.
just, and the bottom line is, as men, we gotta say no. You know what, baby?
Yeah, I never gonna say no
you
because
a
you
fun
say the
girl.
number one thing is physicalness.
Well, if you a fun girl, we gotta
number one
put them
thing
in the
is your
fun girl
bag.
category.
Your bag,
You know
bro.
what you good
Trumps
for?
all
You
that
good
shit.
for sex. You good for, you know what, when I'm bored, I want some company, you come through. But we gotta stop wifing the fun girls. The
I
fun
agree.
girls stay in that category.
fun girl.
The good girls get wifed. You
I agree.
wife the good girls. But see, these guys getting so confused
Oh, no, they're not wifing the good girls. Good girls be last ones to get rings.
because these guys don't know how to identify.
bullshit.
You know
I
what?
got
These
good
women don't
girls.
cook.
Well, you have a good girl, but we talking about in general, and the good girls are not getting married. Guys are marrying, like he said, the fun girls, the whole. They
And that's why they- and that's why they stress the fuck out.
They won't marry the good
You know the
girls.
ones that's marrying the fun girls? The motherfuckers that ain't getting used to getting pussy.
That's right.
When the motherfucker used to getting pussy, he gonna be like, she's
Or
just
the
a
one
fun
somebody
girl.
got a freaky girl and got turned out. It was like, oh, okay,
But once
I'm a
again,
wife.
you
Listen,
having
listen,
sex.
let me
When
explain
you've
something
been
to you,
getting
Bob.
sex ever since you was in junior high school, ain't no fun girl finna
And
turn
that's
you out.
that's part of it, boy. You gotta realize, like this. I used to be a street guy. I used to go to the titty bar, and you gotta think majority of any chick that stripped, she done been through some type of trauma. Like boss say, the strippers normally be the coldest with the motorcycles and all that. So when you done jumped off the top rope of all these type motherfuckers, an average woman can't give you nothing that you ain't never had.
Yes,
So
sir.
you're not about to go marry her because she just like the other 5 motherfuckers you dated previously. It always be the motherfucker that ain't never had nothing nasty. And she do the shit, the motorcycle, and ooh on that motherfucker. And next thing you know, he had motherfucker Z-Miz at Greenfield Plaza buying the ring.
Yeah,
because he ain't used to that shit.
Yep. He trying to keep that feeling going on, not knowing, listen, bruh, she gonna embarrass you. The worst thing a woman can do to a man is make him look bad. And if you dating a whore, she's bound to make you look bad because when you find out she screwed one of your friends, one of your cousins, or you take her out.
She might have did that before you even married her.
Well, see, she been a whore, and that's what we're trying to say. You let fun girls stay in the fun girl category. You throw them in that box and leave them. Put the top on it until you want to have fun again. You don't sit up here and be friends with the fun girl. You don't sit up here and do favors for the fun girl. If the fun girl call you,
like
she
you
need
can be friends with her, but you can't do favors for her.
Well, see, I think that's where y'all mess up at as men, because I don't believe, and I'm just gonna say, I say this for men. Men don't know how to draw boundaries.
Bullshit.
Some men don't know how to draw boundaries. You have to have boundaries. Women do too. If you are messing around on your man, you gotta have a boundary, a line where you draw boundaries. So therefore, if you're cheating on your girl and she calls up and say, "Oh, I need $2,000-$3,000, or I need $1,000 for
the
this."
fun
The fun girl calling
don't get nothing until
But
she get a payoff.
You may be the guy that don't get a fun girl or nothing, but we have guys out here that are giving the fun
Barb,
girl
you are
something
absolutely right.
and messing up the
And what we
relationship.
saying is, you never take money. $2,000-$3,000 is a chunk of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Your main chick would never ask you for $2,000-$3,000. The main would never. Now that fun girl that's fucking around with 4-5 different niggas, she'll call you because she know you the sucker. Mm-hmm. She'll call you to pay for another man abortion. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of stuff the fun girl do. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, let's recognize them. Let's put the top on the box when it ain't time to mess with them. Mm-hmm. She can't call me and ask me, can you loan me $300? I'ma laugh at her and hang up the phone. You don't have that right to call me and ask me for shit. And now we having fun, and you say you need a couple dollars. I may give you a couple dollars.
If y'all having sex.
That's what I don't think she good for. She the fun girl.
Listen, I had a chick ask me, can I help her with her rent? I told her, I said, well, I can't help you with your rent, but I can front you a sack and you get out there and do the fuck you gotta do. But I need all mine back. But that's how I was raised. A motherfucker, you just can't be giving a motherfucker nothing because they giving you some pussy. Yep. I'm giving you this dick. But we squeeze even. That's an even exchange. I front you a sack.
I'm sorry to upset y'all. You got a lot of guys out here that's paying for the artificial look. They enjoy it. They enjoy the enhancements, the fake booties, eyebrows, lashes. They enjoy it.
But what makes you think they enjoy it? Because they ain't talking about it. They ain't complaining.
Well, you walking up and down the street with her.
That's because they
if you don't like it, why you walking up and down the street with her? If you don't like it, why you taking her to your house, getting her in your bed?
You know what, Dre? Most of these guys don't even know how to argue their case.
Why?
If they woman doing something that they don't like, they say, you know what? I just don't want to hear her mouth. I'm telling men, we got to stop that. If your girl sit up here want to put makeup on every time she run into the corner store, you got to start questioning that.
Who's she doing it for?
That's right. She ain't doing it for you. You still in the bed. You know, when she going to work, she putting on her sexy underwear. Who you think she doing that for?
Not for you.
You got to start thinking and questioning the obvious. Your girlfriend don't go to work putting on no matching bra and panties looking good.
I wear matching bras.
And you know what?
But you got sexy drawers for your dude, and you got work drawers.
Now,
you ain't about to
work
put
drawers.
I'm just saying, you ain't about to put the sexy shit on.
Match. The bra and panties don't match.
I buy sex match.
But if this woman always, all her underclothes is just looking out of the way, that means she got a work boyfriend or she got a work husband. I'm just trying to make these guys wiser to what not making sense to them.
Okay, I gotta throw this in there. You say the matching drawers. Say, okay, we say cool match. Cropless drawers. What about when the women wearing cropless drawers to work?
You said what?
Cropless drawers.
What do you mean?
Mean that pussy out.
Your woman should be,
yeah, your woman should be wearing cropless drawers to work. Because that's for access. You see what I'm saying? If you going over if a woman going over a nigga house, she might have cropless drawers on. A nigga just pull a skirt up.
You ever seen some cropless drawers?
Yeah,
never saw crotchless drawers. You ain't never seen crotchless drawers?
Yeah, they have them where you got
It's
the
a
little
first to me, bro.
in the front of the.
Normally, a woman wear
Or they
crotchless
have them
drawers.
like under.
If she wearing a dress or
it's
something.
like
If she
a little
wearing a
cut.
dress, just say it's somewhere where
Well,
she
now they
gonna
don't
get
wear panties.
Yeah,
Girls
now
don't
they
wear
do.
panties.
either
with
no
dress.
panties or crotchless dress.
Yeah,
Just say
most of them don't wear
she got a
panties
dress
no
on. And
I
she
think
may
that's
be out
so-
somewhere and she may just want to give you something.
Listen,
Some
man,
underwear.
that'll sit up
Slide
there
up
and
in that
burn
bitch
your
and pull that
penis,
shit
man. That material rubbing against your penis.
If her pussy lips out, that means your dick shouldn't be touching it. Unless your dick the size of a
Okay, we need to going back to what we was talking about,
yeah.
and we gonna close it off because they went from sex, and sex was physical, but of course
Yeah, your
these
dick
two
gotta
take
be
it
the
to a
size
whole
of a
nother
40
level.
ounce.
As always, they go a whole nother level. Closing out.
You know what? Today is Father's Day.
Oh yeah, happy
And
Father's
you know
Day.
what? Let's just throw it out there. I feel men is not getting recognized the way that they supposed to on Father's Day.
We never do.
You know what? Men pay their child support. They buy gifts for their kids. And most of the time, the kids think the gifts is coming from the mama. When they paying that rent, the mama is not telling that child the reason why we got somewhere to live is because your daddy pays child support. So just because the man is not there physically, I don't want these kids thinking that the daddy is not doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
He just can't be in the same, he can't coexist as parents with your mom because your mom is a particular way. So I just said today is Father's Day. You know, I think, you know, call your dad, tell him you love him, you appreciate him. And just because he's not around, don't think it got something to do with you and him. Use this because of something that your mama did or him and your mom can't see eye to eye.
Happy Father's Day.
Today we filmed on Father's Day, but when it's aired, it won't be Father's Day for y'all. But to everybody, all the men, happy Father's Day. Peace.
We out.